Today we're going to look at how to deal with the footage that you're going to be using for your B-roll in your Tower of Pizza video project, as well as how to create some smooth transitions between your different video segments and images. So something that you may have noticed when watching the example video that I made is that for the most part the GoPro video that I was recording doesn't have any audio on it. And that was intentional. I removed the audio because aside from a couple of small instances, I didn't need the audio. The audio for the video was mainly my voice and the background music. So I'm going to show you what I did to get rid of the audio and then move on to show you how to create smooth transitions. So again, as you can see over here, my audio file, if you take a look at it, there's no waveform down here, and then next to it you see this gray area, and that gray area is, as you'll see, my transition. Of shoes. So each group had 4 students. So there was a smooth fade in, fade out. So let's take a look at how I did that. So here I pulled up a single video file and I've already put in some markers, and the first thing that you'll notice is that this video file has audio connected to it, and I don't want it. So what I'll do is I'll click on the video file to highlight it. As you can see, there's a yellow box around it now. I'm going to do either a 2-finger click to pull up my options menu, but an easier way to do this is to hold down the control key and then click, and that does the same thing. So again, you can use 2 fingers to press down on the control pad to bring up your options, or you can hold down the control key and then just do a single click, and that will open up our options menu. And so here I'm just going to go over to this, detach audio. And there you go. My audio has been detached and I don't want it, so I'm going to delete it, and hooray! Now there's no noisy audio that doesn't really have any interesting information in it anyway. Now, let's get to our edits. So this is where I want my video to start. So I'm going to leave that alone for now. This is where the video is going to end, so I'm going to hold down Command B to cut it. You can see over here, I've now cut my video. And I want the next piece of video to show up over here. So again, I'm just going to hold down Command B and cut it, and I've now cut my video, and it just goes from one to the other. Now of course, just a simple jump cut isn't what I'm looking for. I want to have a smooth transition between the two. So I'm going to move my playhead between these 2 video files, and then I'm going to hold down Command T to create a transition. And now you can see that there's this gray box between the 2 video files, and we're going to go into more detail about what to do from here. So if you click on the appearance key over here on the right hand side of the screen, I'm going to zoom in. Now you will see between these 2 segments of the video there's this transition box, and if I pull my playhead around, you can see it creates a smooth transition. But you can create a more precise transition if, instead of just hitting Command T to create a transition, if you then go into the transition by double clicking on it, it then pulls up this, and on the top you can see the video as it plays, and then on the right hand side over here, this is all the stuff that I have cut out, and it's a little bit darker. And on the bottom section over here, you can see that it's dark, and this is the area that I've cut out, and then it transitions into a brighter color, and this is the video where it transitions. So there's 2 things you can do here. Now that this has been double clicked and opened, this number over here in yellow is telling you how long the transition is going to be. And right now it is just 1 second. And if you want to increase that transition to a longer time period, you can just hold down your click on the edge of this bar and you can pull it out. And now you can see it is 1 minute and 0.2 seconds. Now it's all the way up to 2 seconds, like that. And you can also see +1. So it's telling me it was 1 second, it is now 2 seconds, which means I've added +1 second to the transition. I'm going to keep it at 1 second though. But here's the precision part. What you can do is, you can see this hand is popped up on my screen. You can pull this video around, and you can see that my marker is stuck here because I initially wanted this transition to happen on this marker. So you can use your markers to set the place where you want to start your transition, and that's what I did. I set a marker to start the transition, and you can see over here that the transition is still happening on this marker in between. So all I do is I can pull this around so that it then transitions to that point. And that's how you can get more precise transitions. Instead of just hitting Command T and letting the transition deal with itself, you can make your transition longer than 1 second. You can make it shorter than 1 second, and of course you can then move your video file around so that you can decide where exactly you want the video to start playing from after the transition. So I wanted mine to start right here. And then to get back to your editing platform, you just double click on this bar again, and then there you go. And now I've created a audio-less smooth transition. Just like that. So by using these two skills, by cutting out the audio, you can get some clean B-roll, and then by playing around with your transition times and your beginning and end transition spots, you can get very clean and smooth transitions between the video and image files that you want to use in your video.